Garry, just start with you. Just give us your overall feeling about being named in a team for the first match of the 2023 Rugby World Cup. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's a huge honour. Which one? It's a huge honour. Massive privilege. Huge honour. Massive privilege. Feel incredibly lucky to get a chance to play another World Cup and represent Ireland. So, kind of excited to prepare now over the next 48 hours to do it justice for my teammates and everyone at home supporting.
Is there a sense of excitement in the squad, or is there? I'm using phrases like getting down to business, focusing. Just give us a sense of the mindset in the squad as a whole, in your view.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. There is that kind of excitement, a little bit of nerves as well, but it's almost nice moving hotel to here now in the city, where it's you kind of flick the switch and it's 48 hours of prepping, and there's a bit of routine we know as a squad that we kind of go through, as well as individually. Everyone has their own little bits to do and tick off, and that's the business side of things. That's what really counts and matters. So kind of looking forward to get that started now that we're here.
And just one for you, Rob, from me then. Your position, obviously there's been a lot of talk about it with the two boys coming back from injuries. How determined are you to go out and deliver a really big performance tomorrow against Romania?
Yeah, first of all, it's like Garry said, it's a privilege to be named in the first team to get a shot at the World Cup, and look, I'm just going to go out there and put my best foot forward, do what I do well, and then hopefully I can contribute to the team if I'm doing that. So that's my mindset going into the game. Yeah.
Just Garry, obviously delighted yourself, but a quick word on Joe McCarthy and Joe McCarthy getting a start. It must be over the moon.
Yeah, he's an amazing and loved guy amongst the squad. He's great crack to be around, and also an incredible player that fully deserves this chance. And I know, like we were talking about, he's definitely excited and there's an energy and a buzz about him. And then he does brilliantly as marries that with what we were talking earlier of doing what he needs to do to prepare well. So I think we're all excited to get a crack to play with him, and delighted for him and his family.
Rob, if I'm correct, this is your first World Cup game to start. How important do you feel that is, such as the competition from the two ends of work?
Yeah, it's been a sort of long run for me. I was involved in the previous two World Cup pre-seasons, missed out on selection. So I think, all the work over the last few years, it's paid off to be here now. But I think my mindset going into it is this is just the start. Obviously massive honour to be selected for the squad, but this is just the start of it, and I want to like I said earlier, put my best forward, contribute to the team as well as I can this weekend. And yeah, I think if I nail my role and everyone else does theirs, we can put in a strong performance. So.
Just briefly from me, that's a long road. Did you ever feel it wouldn't happen?
No, I always believed I was good enough to be here. I think selection calls were tight in the last World Cup. So yeah, I mean, I kind of since the last World Cup, I've been heavily involved in the squad since then, and really enjoyed my time under Faz and the leadership of the coaches. It's been a great 4 years. And just ready to go now.
Ruth, then Ashley, and Miguel.
Ruth. Yeah, look, I think in terms of percentage-wise, the standard hasn't been where we want it to be in the lineouts, but part of that is pre-season, and we're trying different things. There's different combinations every week. We're trying new moves, and a lot of it, if you go back and look at it, it's very fine margins. From to get 100% to 80% to whatever it is. So, like we have a great group of guys, the line-out leaders, who come up with the calls along with Paulie, and the strategy is really good. So I think this whole week we've just been focusing on max draw and nailing our individual roles, because, like I say many times in the line-out, there's so many factors that contribute to a well-worked line-out. So, if everyone's just got to keep nailing their process, nailing their role, like, we back ourselves to go well this weekend.
Rob, just when you mentioned there that it's a massive moment for you in your career, how do you balance that with being such a big moment and also staying calm, focused, and putting in a big performance?
I think a bit of that comes with my age. Sort of, I've had the experiences over the last 4 years. I mean, like, we say it all the time, anytime you play for Ireland is a massive moment. And over the last sort of 4 years, been in and around, had a few games, so like I know what it's all about now. And yes, there's obviously a bit more hype around the World Cup and a bit more pressure on games, but like that's what we've been building for. That's what we've been working towards. All the work as a team, the work with Gary, our mindset coach, like this is what it all accumulates at. So I think, like personally, I feel like I'm in a good place, and I know that, like, the squad as well. Like, we've been gelling really well, and I think we feel really confident coming into this competition, based on our past performances and our abilities.
The heat is a big factor as well, Gary. It's 35 today. It's going to be similar for Saturday. How much of a factor is that for you as players and wanting to get the best out of yourself?
Yeah, it's tough. It's obviously a physical battle, but it's a mental battle in the heat. Thankfully, we've over the pre-season lead up to this, we've played where we trained in Portugal and went hard there, and obviously we were in Biarritz or Bayonne. Granted, the game wasn't in the heat, but training all that week was, and then even this week, training hard on Tuesday, Wednesday in the heat, kind of getting prepped for it. And it's I suppose it's the same for everyone. So you kind of got to get yourself physically ready, but mentally ready for that extra bit of challenge that brings. And we've spoken about it, and I'm going to try and embrace the challenge.
Thanks, Gavin. Rob, as one of the more experienced guys, you've worked under some different captains, different characters. What kind of leader is Johnny Sexton?
I think Johnny is probably one of the most competitive guys I've ever played under, and I think that's his massive point of difference. He's unbelievably driven. He drives the standards, training, off the pitch, everything. He's got an incredible winning mindset. So he's the kind of guy you really want to follow into battle, because he's going to be right up there at his best, giving it his all. And it's been great having him back. He's obviously been training with us the whole time, and having his competitive spirits. He's been leading the team that's been sort of prepping the match day squads over the last few weeks, and to have him back in the mix fully, his leadership has been great this week. So yeah, good to have him back.